Right. Good evening once again to everyone. Today is 20th August 2021. We are going to keep another step ahead in our spiritual path. So we are actually at a war against our own negativities. So we are today too during this 1 hour. During this 1 hour too, we are going to wage war as much as possible against our own negativities. So before we start, to welcome everyone, please say 3 times sadhu, sadhu, sadhu to welcome all the dear co-meditators who are joining with us. Sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
At the beginning, if we do it, that means we welcome. At the middle or at the end, if we do that, that means we appreciate. Dear Dhamma friends, people try to win the world. Not only today, in the past too, people try to capture the other people's countries and then to win the world. So there was one king whose name was he's actually an emperor. His name was Great Alexander. I think most of you, all of you might have heard of his name. So until he was 32 years old, he kept on waging war against the other countries. Country after country fell under him. They surrendered to him. And finally, he reached India. When he reached the borders of India, his army, they were so tired. So they were not happy about the war. So, and at the same time, Alexander was tired too. Meanwhile, he was staying there. He heard of a monk, of a Bhante, who was residing in a faraway place. So, out of curiosity, he went to see that monk, see that Bhante. When he reached there, he noticed that that monk is more happier than him. And that monk is more free than him. And that monk has more comfort than him. But he is a person who has won a lot of countries. He's an emperor. So being an emperor and after winning a lot of countries, he's not happy. He asked that Bhante, why you are happy? And do you have more things than me? Then that Bhante said, I only have a bow and 3 ropes, and that's it. So then the emperor asked, why are you more happier? You only have a small amount of things. I have all these countries. Why are you so much happy? Then that Bhante gave an answer which changed the whole mindset of this emperor. That Bhante said, even though you win this whole world, there is no any end to that desire. Then after this world, you want more. So winning outside things, outside countries, even by winning the whole world, you won't become happy. You only will become happy on the day that you win yourself. So try to win yourself, not the other capturing the other people, other countries, by waging war and bringing a lot of suffering to the other people. Emperor Alexander, he was shocked. Right away, he decided that he wanted to go. But unfortunately, while he was going back to Greece, on the way, he caught a fever, a rare fever, and but it was a fatal one. So he was dying. He wanted to see his mother for the last time, but he understood that he couldn't do that. It was too late. So he asked his ministers to do three things after his death. The first thing that he asked was to carry him on the shoulders of his own doctors. So number two, he asked to throw away all his portion of gold, silver, and all the other kinds of valuables on the way that they carry him. So third request was to keep his both hands outside the casket, and his both hands should be visible to all the people. The ministers felt strange. That was not the Greek way to respect an emperor. So they asked, what is the meaning behind it? Then Alexander, now he is more matured, but because he had more wisdom, by contemplating on the words of that Bhante, teachings of that Bhante, so he said, even though someone has the best doctors in the world, there is no one who can escape the death. So everybody should remind that I am bound to die. Whatever thing that I do in life, it doesn't matter. Even though you become the emperor, ruler of the world, still you have to die. So to show that my doctors should carry my casket, my dead body. Number two, so whatever the things that we collect, finally we have to let those things go. We have to let those things go. And no one will be able to bring any material thing when someone dies. People need to understand this. That's why you need to throw away all the valuables that I own on the both sides, where the people are lined up. People have lined up to we have a view on my dead body, on my casket. Number three, so people should see my empty hands, because even though I am the Emperor Alexander, still I died with empty hands. People need to understand this. So in the current world, we run after various kinds of material things. We compete with each other. We fight with the other people out of anger. We take revenge. Some people kill others. Some people harm others. Some people steal. Some people tell lies. So they do various kinds of such things out of this greed, out of the greed to possess the outside things and win the outside things, and by that way they think they'll gain happiness. But that's not the true happiness. Only by winning yourself you can gain the true happiness. So you are keeping another step ahead in the path of winning yourself. So you are going to win yourself. And today too, you are going to keep another step ahead in the path of winning yourself. So let's start today's meditation session 2. The newcomers, please practice. Don't practice Vipassana meditation. Instead, all of you are kindly requested to practice breathing meditation. Focus on the breath. With your entire attention, observe your breath. When the breath is coming in, be fully aware. When the breath is going out, be fully aware. If the breath is short, be aware. If the breath is long, be aware. And if the breath is gross, be aware. If the breath is soft, be aware. So, according to the nature of the breath, be aware about that very particular breath without judging. Without judging means don't crave for one kind of breath and don't get angry with another kind of breath. Let it flow naturally. Let it come in naturally. Let it go out naturally. Your job is just to be aware. Vipassana meditators, they are asked to observe the sensations as usual. So you will start from the top of your head and gradually you will observe your whole head area. Then your face area, you will scan your whole face area. And then after that, your neck area, right hand, left hand, middle part of your body, front, middle part of your body, then the back area. Then after that, today, please start observing the right leg, the right leg. So after observing the back area, then please start observing the right leg. So at first the thigh area, knee area, then after that, so lower thigh area, then after that, so up to the tip of the toes, part by part, please observe and scan this whole right leg and understand whatever the sensations that you encountered at this present moment, right now. Each and every sensation has the same characteristic. Anicca, 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 that is impermanent. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. And they are continuously changing. Continuously changing. No use of craving. No use of developing aversion towards others. Develop peace. Develop inner calmness. Develop detachment. And develop inner comfort. Develop ultimate, real inner happiness. With that intention, everyone, now please be ready to start today's meditation. Calm down. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight, and close your eyes and relax. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, alert, attentive, balanced, and equanimous mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Please start the meditation right now. Please stay eyes closed. Keep the eyes closed. But new meditators, they can relax their posture if it is painful and very uncomfortable. But keep the eyes closed all the way. Now we are going to practice briefly loving kindness meditation. We are going to share our loving kindness with all the beings in the universe, starting from you towards all beings in the universe. Let's share our loving kindness first of all with ourselves. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful, very peaceful. May I come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May I enjoy, may I attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real happiness. Just like me, may my mother, may my father, may my relatives and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May they attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real happiness. Just like me, may my enemies also accept my loving kindness. I forgive all the mistakes that you'd have done to hurt me. I ask forgiveness for my faults, the things that I did to hurt you. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May my enemies come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May they attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real happiness. Now let's share our loving kindness with all the beings, all the beings. capable, incapable, beautiful or ugly, or powerful or weak. It doesn't matter. Whatever the differences all these beings do have, I share my loving kindness without discriminating any being, with all the beings. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May all beings attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Now everyone, very peacefully, please open your eyes. Be peaceful. Relax yourself. Now please unmute. Everyone, please say 3 times together. Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu.
sadhu.
Dear dumb friends, so now gradually Vipassana meditators, they continue to practice and develop in this non-sectarian noble technique. Don't keep any doubt. Even in the past, many beings, not only the Buddha, there are many beings, many people that practice this technique. And since they practiced it gradually, ardently, with willingness, with the intention to come out of all the negativities, they succeeded. Even today too, if we practice properly, understanding the technique as it is, definitely we can come out of all the negativities too. It depends on us. So 50 people can bring a horse to the water, but it depends. It is up to the horse whether to drink the water or not to drink it. So just like that, the teachers can always show you the path. It is up to you whether to practice it or not to practice it and gain the benefits. So if you practice, that means you are drinking the water, and by that way you will gain the eternal peace and eternal happiness, just like the horse quenches the thirsty and becomes comfortable. So keep the ardentness. It doesn't matter how many meditators join. Always the meditators who join, they should try hard. They should be real meditators. So you need to work hard for your own sake. So nobody else. So this is not something like a material gain. Somebody else can buy something and give you. Let's say when you were a child, you like chocolates. Parents bought it for you and gave you. You enjoy it. But inner peace, it is not something the other people can give you. Nobody can inject it to you. You have to work yourself for your own peace and for your own happiness. So please work very ardently. And meanwhile, understand the technique properly. So when you observe the sensations, don't look for any special kind of a sensation. So some kind of enchant. Don't look for any enchanting sensation. Work on the normal, natural sensations. So various kinds of other comfortable and uncomfortable sensations will come. If they come, let them come. If they naturally arise, let them arise. Excuse me. At such times, just be aware and don't fall into the trap of them. Don't fall to the trap of them. They arise if they are very comfortable. Sometimes you will lose the balance. You will start craving for them because there are some sensations which arise later on which are so comfortable. Sometimes those sensations you might not have experienced throughout your life. Very, very comfortable ones. But don't get trapped. Don't lose your progress. Don't lose your balance of mind. With a very strong mind, tell that sensation to understand yourself that how comfortable it is. This is bound to change. This is bound to change. Let me see how long it lasts. Definitely, sooner or later, it passes away completely. Even while the sensation is there, it is changing from moment to moment. You don't see that because you are so interested in it. So, but sooner or later, it will completely disappear too. This is the nature of impermanence. Uncomfortable sensations. Sometimes uncomfortable sensations also arise at such times. Again, don't feel frustrated. Don't feel depressed. Instead, observe. This is a very good opportunity to observe and develop the balance of mind. So observe it as it is, with keep maintain the balance of mind, with understanding that this sensation is also impermanent. Let it be how much painful, let it be how much difficult it is. This sensation is also impermanent. So, like that, whatever sensation that you encounter, let it be a natural one, not an imaginary one, and how much comfortable or uncomfortable it is. Don't favor or defavor any of them. Just observe as they really are with the balance of mind. Because no one of them ever lasts. Both of them have the same characteristic. Even though they do have two faces, they have the same nature, impermanence. Bound to change. Definitely will change. So, very ardently keep on practicing. And if possible. So Vipassana meditators, if possible, please sit, prolong the time that you sit in the morning to 20 minutes, and in the evening to prolong it up to 20 minutes. If you cannot afford such amount of time, then that's fine. As usual, work with do it inside 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening, or 15 each. Somehow better do something than nothing. So keep on practicing very ardently, and you are doing this for your own sake, for your own happiness sake, for your own peace sake, not for anybody else. So today I'm going to teach you about right effort. In the Eighth Noble Path, I was describing almost, I described 6 of them. I told you, yes, 6 of them. So I told, actually 5. I told you about right understanding. And then because of your right understanding about impermanence, about the Four Noble Truths, you develop right concepts. Right concepts are the concept not to harm anybody, not to get angry, and the desire, the willingness to come out of all the negativities. And because of these right concepts, you develop right speech, and then you develop right right actions, then right livelihood. Now the 6th one, right effort. In those days language, we call it Samma Vayama. Samma means right, perfect. Vayama, effort. Samma Vayama. Effort. We always use the effort in life. Living means putting effort. So in the path, we need to understand whenever we apply effort in life, if we don't have a clear understanding about where I am putting my effort, then you won't reach what you expect. You won't reach your goal. Only if you know where you are going, and if you have a clear understanding, if you have a real good plan, if you execute it accordingly, only at that time you will reach your goal. If not, even though how much effort you put with a bad plan, without understanding what you are doing, then you won't reach your goal. Example. So there was one, so in one royal garden in the past, there was a person who took care of, so a botanist who took care of the garden, the royal garden. So the royal gardener, he was taking care of his royal garden, the king's royal garden. He was a very clever person, very knowledgeable person, and so he grew a very beautiful, nice garden for the king. But unfortunately, his helper, his servant, he was not, that means his deputy, he was not a wise person. Instead, he was a foolish person. But he had a lot of effort. But always, the royal gardener, he had to point out what to do for that person. He couldn't do anything all by himself. One day, this royal gardener had to go somewhere for several days. So he gave instructions to his deputy, that means his helper, and he said, you have to check, especially you have to check about the water. You always need to keep an eye on the plants, and how much water that they get. You need to keep an eye. He went. On the following day, he left, and his deputy, that means his helper, he was the one who was taking care of the garden. From morning to evening, he kept on working. Morning to evening, he kept on working. After his journey, the royal gardener came. And right away when he came, he saw a scene that made him terrified. So he saw that all the plants who were in the royal garden, they were uprooted. They were uprooted. And they were uprooted. And he was so scared. He went to his helper and called it and asked, why did he uprooted all the plants? Then this helper said, sir, you told me to check the level of water in the plants. So I uprooted all the plants and I was checking how much water they have got. So this is how it is. That person had the effort, but he didn't have a clear understanding what he's doing, what he needs to do. So finally, it ended with a disaster. So we need to understand why we are doing this. What is the right effort that we practice here? There are 4 kinds of efforts that we practice here. Now, sometimes I might have mentioned you these 4. Number 1, you've put effort to come out of the negativities that you already do have. Number 2, you give your everything, you put your effort to not to start the negativities, not to start the negativities that you already don't have. Then, number 3, you put your effort to continue the positivities, positive actions that you already doing. Number 4, you put effort to start the positive actions that you have not yet started. So there are 4 kinds of right efforts. These are the 4 kinds of right efforts. Whenever you practice, this is what you are doing. So you get away from all kinds of negativities that we have developed because of our own misunderstanding. We don't understand about this nature. We think about the things as permanent. So we quarrel with the others. We fight with the others. We harm others. We kill others. We steal. We do sexual misconduct. We lie. And we use abusive speech, separative speech. And we spend time in meaningless speech. So like that, we keep on practicing negative actions. So we try to, whenever we gain the understanding, automatically we get away from those negative actions. And whenever we practice properly, because of the understanding that we get, we don't start the negative actions that you have not yet started. Because whenever you encounter, you realize that these are not right. These are harmful. These are harmful for me, harmful for the others, and harmful for both. And you don't do that because of your own understanding that you develop through the meditation. And then you keep on practicing the positivities because you realize time is limited. So Buddha said, Achinti kala tarayanti rattiyo yuvayo guna anupubbang jahanti. In those days, language, Pali. Achinti kala, time is passing very swiftly. Tarayanti rattiyo, one after the other, nights fall, nights arise, and nights fall. So nights arise and nights pass away. Days come and go. So understanding this, the wise person, from moment to moment, just like a person whose head is on fire and who wants to come out of get rid of that fire, that person works continuously to come out of all these negativities. So it doesn't matter somebody is a monk or a lay person. So the effort is the most important thing. You need to keep on using the effort. With the effort, you need to keep on developing the effort to come out of all the negativities that you already do have, not to start the negativities that you have not yet started, to continue the positivities that you already do have, and to not to start the positivity that you don't have. This is how you practice the right effort. So please practice very, very hard. Develop the willingness, develop the desire, develop the wanting. So develop the ambition to practice this right effort. This life will be a wonderful one. So your next life also be wonderful ones. Even though currently, if you don't believe in next lives, this life will be a wonderful one. And throughout your life, you will be alert, you will be attentive, and you will be calm, and you will be filled with harmony and at the same time happiness. So please practice this right effort. Effort is needed to come out of all the negativity and to achieve all the positivities. Be a good gardener who always put the manure to the plant. So water to the plant. So your spirituality is a plant. As a good gardener, please add all those requisites. Then the plant will gradually grow, and it will become later on it will become a huge tree, beautiful huge tree. Not only beautiful and huge, it will give a lot of good fruits of compassion, fruits of kindness, fruits of love, and fruits of friendliness. All these kinds of positive fruits of positivities towards everyone else that you come in contact in your day-to-day life. So that's it. So please practice right effort. Now we are going to conclude. By the power of all the positive energy that we accumulated, once again, let's think of all the people who are suffering because of this pandemic. Let's wish Shai, first of all, with them. May all of them recover soon. May this positive energy be with you all. By the power of this positive energy, may all of you be able to stay safe, stay comfortable, stay peaceful. And may all of you be able to practice very ardently, understanding technique properly. And finally, may all of you attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. Nibbana. Everyone, please join your palms together and concentrate for the blessing. Please concentrate. Abhivadana Selese Nichang Vada Pachainu Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukhang Balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevache Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samijjatu. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. Sukhi. Good night to everyone. Right. Aruna, good night.
Sadhu, sadhu, Bhante, good night.
Good night. Mrs. Diane, good night.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you so much.
May you be happy. Mr. Frank, good night.
Night, Bhante.
Good night. Mr. Hoad, good night.
Good night, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
May you be happy. Jaime, good night.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night.
Good night. May you be happy. Mrs. Liz, good night.
Good night, Bhante. May you be happy and well. Thank you.
May you be happy. May all the good happen to you. Mr. Priya, good night.
Good night, Bhante. Good night. Thank you, Bhante.
May you be happy. Sukhi ho tu.